Welcome. I'm Jill.
And I'm Jenna.
So today we're doing a Q&A. Woo! I think this is our first Q&A, right? Yep. Okay. So we recently sent out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and what else?
Tumblr.
Right, Tumblr. So we asked questions. If you had any questions for us, personal, not personal, whatever. So we're going to answer as many as possible. First question is, what is Jenna's favorite band?
That's a hard question. I could give you a few. Garbage. Ugh, I fell in love with them when I was like 11. Ugh, my forever love. The second one I would say is Between the Buried and Me. Third is Zao. And I think three is good enough.
Yeah, I think three's fine.
Really, Battlecross.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
I think I'll stop there.
Yeah, she could go on forever.
Okay, next question is, what is the most fun thing that you do together?
I think cooking, I think that's the most fun thing we do together. I love it. Recently, we just cooked today together. If you look at our Instagram, you'll see our dinner, which was pepper steak. It's good.
Yummy.
What's your favorite thing we do together?
I would say going out on dates.
Yeah, that is nice. I love sitting together and just chatting. It's fun.
Yeah, we're a very simple couple.
Yeah, we're pretty old fashioned. Okay, someone asked, do you think that growing up being deaf and LGBT have similarities? I know you wrote a paper about that.
Well, really, I could go on for quite a bit about that and in depth, but in general, yes, of course, there are similarities, especially if you consider that it's very rare to have a hereditary or generational family, especially with deafness. Maybe 10% or less have a deaf generational family. Same with LGBT. A lot of times it's a very small percentage they have other family members who are the same. They tend to be very isolated, and you end up finding someone that has a shared experience, and then you join that community and socialize and learn together in that aspect. So it ends up being a really small world type of thing. But yes, there are similarities.
Yeah, if you would be interested in maybe a blog post or Jenna making an actual video, let us know.
I can go more in depth. Okay, the next question is interesting. If you two could become somebody else for one day, who would you be and what would you do?
Um, Honestly, I have no idea. I don't have like a one type of person I'd want to be, but I think it'd be really cool to become a polyglot. So that means a person that can speak many, many different languages. I think that would be so cool. I would love to just one day, I don't know, figure out how to like travel all over and just talk with like all different types of people all over the world. What about you?
I have to think. Real or fake?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, if it was fake, I would like to be Princess Leia. Star Wars. Be part of the rebellion. Fight the good fight. Go women.
I would be BB-8.
Sure.
Another question is, what is the most challenging part in being a deaf and hearing relationship? We want both perspectives. For myself, I think other than, the stupid things like, oh, if you have to go to the bathroom, like that video, but honestly, I think one of the most challenging parts is I can't fully understand her perspective of growing up and feeling left out and, things like I don't know. I don't have that experience. I can't fully empathize with you. I mean, I try to say that I understand, but it might be tough, but I really can't feel what she felt. I can't really bond in that aspect. You know what I mean? I think that's kind of tough.
I think kind of a similar idea. One challenge I have, and I can't 100% totally understand because she's hearing, is like, for example, sometimes I get a little bit, miffed if she's sitting there, like, not watching, like, the TV program and just kind of listening. And I'm kind of like, hey, pay attention. And she's like, I am paying attention. I'm listening to it. And so for me, I'm used to being visual. I have to look at for clues and things like that. And Sometimes it's not always shown through dialogue to me, but I have to understand that that's what she's used to and that's what she's always done. So it's a little bit different than, the way that I experience, shows and movies or things on TV.
Yeah, I try to pay attention if I can, but I'm a multitasker. It's really bad. Okay, somebody asked, do deaf people understand PSE? And if you don't know what PS is, I will go ahead and link the video up here, but I'll show you what that means. But they said they're trying to teach themselves online, but ASL grammar is really tough to teach themselves, and it's much easier just to do PSE. So will deaf people understand them?
Now, it's kind of a sticky situation. Yes, most people will be able to understand you, but you have to remember that PSE is not a language. It's really ASL with English grammar. So it's almost like if somebody were speaking English but in a different grammatical structure, kind of like the idea of broken English. It's broken ASL, I guess. So most people probably can understand you, but it might be a little bit awkward sometimes. But I think it's better than nothing, I guess.
I guess in my experience, most deaf people understand PSE just fine. I mean, honestly, many people that I know end up using PSE because honestly, not many people use correct ASL. Some people do, and they might not understand you. If they're strong generationally deaf or something. But maybe if they have minimal language skills, they might not be able to understand you well because they don't understand English. So that's, I think, one of the only things. Yeah.
Of course, it's better to learn ASL if you can, but if you can't, then yeah, I guess that's fine.
Question: are you planning to have children or adopting? Answer is yes.
Yeah, someday we will.
Yeah, we are planning on having children. We might try and have them naturally or adopt. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen, but we will let you know.
Are there any like pet peeves you have that signers do? Something that annoys you, especially people that are just starting to learn sign?
Mm, for me, um, ah,
Normally, I don't really get bothered much, to be honest, because I understand, it's going to take time. It's a little bit awkward.
maybe one thing I can think of is if a person is just learning sign, but they act like, they know it really well and they try to be really fast and they end up kind of being, sloppy like, so it looks like it's natural, but it's really not, or they make up signs, like, can't really make up signs, just because you want to look like you know what you're doing. So I guess that kind of annoys me.
Yeah, I guess maybe the other thing is finger spelling. I would prefer you are slow and clear rather than just being fast and it being a blur. I mean, I understand that a lot of people, can sign fingerspell very fast, but being clear is better than being fast and not being understood. Honestly, sometimes some people sign really fast, and I'm like, with my old eyes, I'm like, slow down. But
Me.
yeah, you someone go fingerspell really fast. I'm like, what? Chill out.
Yeah, I'm guilty. Sorry. What is the most important advice you would give someone if they're involved in a deaf and hearing relationship?
Communication is key.
What?
Huh?
That?
Yeah, I would say that really. I mean, basically, you have to set up, what is your main mode of communication that's going to be effective for both of you. And then from there, you can, help to solve whatever misunderstandings or whatever issues that come up along the way. But it's important you have communication. Without communication, it just won't work.
Yeah, I guess my kind of two in one would be first of all, compromise and patience. Really, I think those are so important. Compromise is because really for any relationship you have to compromise, but in a deaf and hearing relationship a lot of times there's cultural differences. Maybe you don't have strong communication skills or whatever. You might have to compromise in some ways, like maybe you won't go out to the movies as much because they don't have like captioning, like open captioning, and that's just not fun for maybe your partner. Or I don't want to go without them type of thing. And patience because, sometimes communication just doesn't work. Sometimes there's differences and that's tough, and you have to be patient with each other. You have to try and work with each other to get it to all work out, and that's where compromise comes in too.
Next question is, what question do you wish people would stop asking you about being deaf or being in a deaf hearing relationship?
I can think of one that a lot of people ask me. It's not really mean or anything, but I said, "Did you not sign before you met Jenna?" And they ask me that quite a lot actually, and I know many people assume that if you're in a hearing deaf relationship, a lot of times the hearing person have learned sign just to be with the deaf person, but that's not always true. I was pretty much almost fluent before I met her, so yeah, it worked out actually great. I think it's better in my opinion, but I think that's what a lot of people ask me, and I'm just like, it's not really that important.
For me, being deaf, what a lot of people ask me about being deaf is, well, there's a whole slew of them. How do you drive? Deaf people can drive? How?
They can't.
Or, wow, how did you learn English so well? You're so good.
Magic. She can actually hear.
Or
Are deaf people loud when they have sex?
that too. But for me, it's kind of like just because I can't hear doesn't mean, I can't do anything.
Poor
Like, it's a
thing.
miracle I'm still alive. It's a miracle that I have independence. Oh, how
I'm so
amazing.
proud of you.
So, really, that's the kind of thing. When I understand a lot of people are just ignorant about it, but it's like, come on. Next question. What advice would you give someone who is considering becoming a deaf interpreter? Or what's your opinion on certified deaf interpreters or not certified deaf interpreters?
Well, first of all, becoming a deaf interpreter, certified deaf interpreter, I'm pretty sure is tough now because I don't think there's many programs you can actually go through. And the process to become a certified right now is kind of not all that great. So to become a CDI is actually pretty rare. So I'm more expected to be a DI than a CDI. For deaf interpreters, I think it's great. We need more DIs. We really do. I mean, I've worked with DIs in the past, and it really made the process smooth. I would say if you can, try to get as much education as possible. I know there are more interpreting programs that are accepting deaf applicants now to become a DI, so you can work with a mentor. I would say it's great. If you want to become a I would check into your local college and see if maybe your ITP has a program that you could be a part of. If not, then I would try to contact maybe a list of certified deaf interpreters or deaf interpreters and see if you can contact one of them and see what their training process is. I'm not really all that familiar with the process. It's a little bit different than becoming a regular interpreter. I mean, I know there's similarities, but I'm sure they could give you better advice.
Next question. How much time does it take to film, edit, caption, and interpret your videos? It seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends. Filming obviously takes however long the video is, sometimes a little bit more because of editing. For the editing process, that really depends on the type of video. If it's a really easy video like a vlog where there's not a lot of talking and it's just, easy editing, then, that's a little bit more simple. But if there's a lot of things that need captions, well, not captions, but if there's a lot of like things I need to put on the screen or pictures, I have to find the pictures and do all that editing. For the closed captioning, it really depends. Again, if the video doesn't have a lot of talking, obviously it's easy. I just do a few things and I'm done. If there's a video that has a lot of back and forth talking, that takes a lot more time because I have to individually edit all the parts, modify her voice, do that back and forth. The voiceover part itself, typically takes about as long as the video, however long that is. And yes, I mean, really, it kind of depends. It can take many, many hours, or it could take an hour, for the editing part. So I would say at least a few hours per video, if not many, many more. But it really depends on it's a lot of work.
And also, generally, there's filming, and then it can be anywhere from 1 to, say, 3 or 4 days when we release the video.
Yeah, again, it just really depends.
Yeah, it really depends on, how much time we have in our schedule, depending what's going on in our lives.
Yeah, it can be a lot of work though, but it's worth it. Somebody asked if you were to have children or adopt, would you want them to be hearing or deaf, or is that important? And they're not trying to be offensive, which we understand.
My answer is I don't care. Really, if whatever happens, happens, sure, whatever. I'm fine with it.
What about adopting?
If we were to adopt, we'd probably go more towards adopting a deaf child just because they tend to be less adoptable or less attractive for people in general to want to adopt them. So, probably if we were to adopt, we'd probably go more towards the route of being deaf because I'm deaf and I have that experience. I can teach them the language and, give them that experience of being deaf.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way. Natural child, born deaf or hearing doesn't matter. For adoption, probably, yeah, we'll go more the deaf route just because I feel like, it'd be a good place to be able to support a deaf child, and it is tough for them to be adopted. So I think we'd probably go ahead and adopt deaf.
Okay, next question is what is the schedule like for an interpreter? I'm thinking about starting a class and I want to become an interpreter, and I was just wondering.
Really, it depends. I mean, it's kind of all over the place. If you work, let's say, as a freelance interpreter, you could have, gosh, any hours. It could be from, I don't know, around the clock, 12 to 12. Really, it just depends what you're doing. If you're working, let's say, at a college, it could be 8 to midnight, 1 in the morning. It really depends if you're working academic, non academic. Um, if you're a staff interpreter, you can kind of schedule your own hours. If you work in the hospital, really, it's kind of all over the place. I can't really answer that. The schedule just varies per interpreter. It's depends.
Yeah, I think that's one, benefit for interpreters, flexibility with their schedules. They can kind of, make up their own schedules and, that makes it more interesting.
Yeah, some interpreters I know are, morning people like myself, Jill. And so, I mean, I work early in the morning till the afternoon, then I'm done for the day. Some interpreters I know refuse to work before 10 in the morning, before noon, before 1. If you're like a night owl person, then, you can do overnight work. You can do more like, Greek, fraternity life, that type of thing. Freelance work, you can do more evenings, working in clubs, things like that. So it really depends. I'm sorry. Next question is, the person themselves has a music YouTube channel, and they're wondering if they should go ahead and closed caption their videos. They said that right now they're about halfway finished closed captioning, and a lot of people they talk to ask them why they're doing it. It's a waste of time.
Okay, the simple answer is yes. Always it'd be better to close caption than to not. Because what's great about YouTube captions is you can turn them off, on or off. If somebody doesn't want them, turn them off. If they want them, they can turn them on. Some people really like to be able to read the lyrics. So if you caption, they'll have the lyrics right there. That's perfect. It's all about equality and accessibility. If people are complaining, then who cares? Turn off the captions. It's really that simple.
Yeah, it's true. Like for myself, even hearing, sometimes the music's not always clear as to what they're saying. So I love being able to have the captions on because I'm like, oh, that's what they said. And why not be accessible for everybody? Why not?
Next question is I wondered if you guys have heard about those gloves that translate ASL to spoken English, the new technology that's all over the internet. So, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
Yes. Yeah, I've heard of them, on Facebook, all of my friends that don't know much about sign, they send, hey, did you see about the gloves? Did you see the article? Did you see it? And even my old academic counselor from college sent me that, did you see this? And yes, I did. I saw it. I think it's a good start, maybe, to an idea. It's obvious that not everything is included in there, like, facial expressions and things, but one positive aspect to the article is there's been a follow-up, and the people that actually made the gloves, have listened to the comments, the complaints, and they said that they're going to try to, improve things, like including facial expressions and, improve upon their product. So right now, is it perfect? No. Is it not going to work? It doesn't include facial expressions and really, you can't capture, how people sign so fast and regional signs and things like that. So there's a lot of, cons to it. But maybe if they could modify it one day, and who knows, it could become something viable for other people. But it's a good start. But yeah, there's still a lot of improvement to be made.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much about it.
Question. What's it like having a huge following of deaf, hearing, hard of hearing people and being strongly involved within the deaf and sign community?
Honestly, I don't know. It's weird. Like right now, I guess I never really desired to be like famous or have a lot of attention. I just kind of enjoyed making videos with her, and I noticed that there was growth, and so now every once in a while people kind of recognize me, and it's a little bit awkward at first, because it was just never really our intention in the first place.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah, I really enjoy people, leaving comments or messages and talking about how we've helped them, whether it's with their schoolwork or asking people something or, just being a positive role model for them, which is, I don't know, it's a good feeling.
Yeah, I do think, we need more good role models, so I guess we can be one.
Eek. Somebody asked, what do you do about people that try to force you to wear hearing aids or just tell you to go away or give you nasty comments? What do you do about that?
Well, honestly, I've experienced that a lot growing up, and you just have to develop a thick skin. It's kind of hard to avoid that, and honestly, you're going to face that a lot, probably every day. But it's just important that you know what you want. If you want hearing aids, that's fine. If you don't want hearing aids, don't. That's your choice. It's your life. Nobody can force you to do something you don't want to do. So, I mean, I guess if somebody's being nasty, just ignore them. Find a way to, get them out of your life because you don't need that negativity in your life. We already have so much negativity in this world. So if that person's being mean, just find a way to get them out of
Brush
your
them
life.
off.
That's right, brush them off. Okay, the person asked, what advice would you give somebody if they want to become an interpreter?
Okay. If you want to become an interpreter, I would say make sure that you get a good education. It's really important. Find a good ITP program, someone to get you the basics and foundations for interpreting, learning sign language, and then get involved in the deaf community, like for sure. Interpreting's not just understanding the language and you just interpret words back and forth. You have to understand deaf people, deaf culture, what's behind the language, who are you interpreting for, and understand different accents or dialects. And really, the best thing to do is to get involved in a good ITP and get involved in the deaf community, whatever's in your area. Whether it's a deaf club or a school or something on your campus, just make sure that you're involved. That's really going to help you to become a better interpreter for sure.
Okay. I'm not sure if you said this before, but how did you get interested in ASL?
I did actually already answer this a long time ago in the why I became an interpreter, but just I first saw sign language when I was a junior or senior in high school. I can't remember. But I saw a play and I saw an interpreter there, and I'm like, "Ooh, that's cool!" So I thought I'd learn sign, and then I'm sure you know all of that from the story. I will link up here and down below the video of why I became an interpreter. Somebody asked, when you first started dating, how did you communicate with each other?
What?
What?
Huh? Hello?
Smoke signals.
Binary? No, I'm just joking. You already knew sign, so we never really had any issue in the first place. It was already fine with communication.
Yep, we use sign.
How are you two feeling about the unfortunate tragedy that happened in Orlando, Florida?
We're going to be making a video. I'm not sure if it's going to be out before or after this one talking about that. Plus, I already made a blog post, which I will include in the link down below and up here. It's really hard every time I see something about it. I want to cry, to be honest. I can't believe that all these people died, and I don't know. I want to blame the shooter. I don't know. He probably had his own issues. I'm not really sure. There's a lot of different articles talking about why he did it and whatnot, but I guess kind of my point is I don't know. I just feel it's sad that society is not advanced enough. I mean, we should accept everybody for who they are. If that becomes more of a standard, then there's not going to be that internalized hate people have, whether you're gay, whether you're straight, whatever. It's fine. Be like, oh, I can do that or I can do that. It's no issue. We don't need to have that hatred inside people that boils up in them. But nobody should have to fear, just be in their everyday life. If we want to go to the club, if we want to go out, we shouldn't be scared that someone's going to shoot us just because of that. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, and I think it's important. I mean, it is unfortunate, but all the people that are involved, in the LGBT plus community are not alone. We're here and there's a lot of us all over the world, and we just have to work together to, keep progress going. We're going to face a lot of backlash along the way. And this is just one instance of that. And it's probably going to happen again in a different way, in a different situation. We're going to have to keep fighting it no matter what. We're not alone. We're always together.
Yeah, I'm still sad about that, so. Next question is an odd one. I don't know if you remember, a few people actually commented on this. What do you do if you feel like you have ugly hands and you want to learn sign language?
Go ahead. Learn sign language. Honestly, it doesn't matter what your hands look like, as long as you can sign clearly.
Yeah, I know one interpreter who only has, I think, 3 fingers, something like, I don't remember, 3 fingers on one hand and like maybe 4 on the other hand. And I don't know, some people might say that that's considered ugly, but she's perfectly clear. And I know some people have fat hands, skinny hands, freckles on their hands. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's funny. When I was younger, I used to be made fun of because they said I had man hands.
She does have big hands.
But really, now, I mean, I can sign perfectly fine. It's understandable. It's fine.
Yeah, don't worry about your hands. I mean, I know some people are concerned, they have like a beach body, but as long as you have a body and you go to the beach, you have a beach body. Nobody cares about your hands. I promise. Don't be concerned. Just focus on learning sign language.
Okay, last question is a popular one a lot of people have asked. And they said, why are you not vegan anymore? No judgment. I'm just curious. Why not?
Yeah, a lot of people have asked me that. I used to be really strongly involved in the vegan community and whatnot, and I don't know, I've kind of thought about it for a long time, why I was still vegan. Is it just because it was trendy, or it's because I really supported, not killing animals? And I guess now my perspective has changed a little bit. I just don't have the passion anymore like I did before, and I don't know, I feel like if I'm not sure about my reason, I don't feel strongly about it anymore, conviction. If I don't have that, I just have to do whatever I feel is right. I know some people are going to feel that it's wrong and that I'm a failure or whatever, but, I'm just going to do whatever I feel is right. That. Okay, that is all for our first Q&A. I tried to cut it down as much as possible, but I know it's going to be long and I'm really sorry. I'm going to suffer captioning, so.
Yeah, a lot of editing to do. A lot of voicing to do. A lot of editing.
Well, you asked how long it takes for us to do the captioning and editing, and this one's going to take a while. But hopefully you have enjoyed the Q&A. I loved you guys sending all the questions for us. Thank you so much. And we had a lot of questions this time.
And if by some chance we missed your question, we're sorry. We tried to answer as much as we could. And, maybe if we miss something, we'll hold it for the next time.
Yep. So, if you enjoyed the video, please click like and remember to subscribe.
And make sure to check out our Patreon page if you want to give us some support. We'd be very grateful and appreciative of it.
All right, we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Different ability is. That's just part of being human. It's not an A or B. A is better and B is worse. It's just part of diversity.